Chris Adler, a former member of Lamb of God and a current member of Firstborne, spoke candidly about the actual reason why he decided to leave the band. He also drew on fan comments and discussed whether they had any impact on his choice. One of the most well-known metal drummers of all time, Chris Adler gained even more renown after Megadeth recruited him from 2015 to 2017 despite the fact that he had already found success as the drummer of Lamb of God. His fame increased after he received the Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance for Megadeth's Dystopia. He skipped the 2017 Lamb of God tour, prompting speculation that he left the group to join Megadeth. Adler subsequently disclosed, however, that his absence from the tour was due to a motorbike accident. "I was in a motorbike accident that broke my collarbone, right shoulder, and hip bones. While surgery fixed the fractured bones and I was allowed to play, I suffered certain injuries-related problems that required being treated with a strict regimen of physical and occupational therapy, which is what I have been doing on a daily basis since July." Nevertheless, he did depart Lamb of God in 2019, and even though there were many theories regarding why he took the decision to do so while his brother Willy was still a member, the fact that he never made an official declaration did not satisfy fans' interest. He recently discussed his bandmates' connection and referred to it as toxic in an interview. Chris Adler claimed that they were all depressed and constantly scowled at one another to the point that Adler had lost all memory of what it was to be joyful in daily life. He said that his friendship with the men kept him from being a decent spouse, parent, and human. He continued by claiming that fans had shown him a lot of hate for leaving the band for such a reason. Adler said that the Lamb of God was robbing him of his ability to enjoy life since he loved to live it with a grin. He continued by saying that he needed to move on since he was no longer able to handle that level of negativity. Adler established Firstborne with former Megadeth bassist James Lomenzo and guitarist Hugh Myron after leaving Lamb of God, and they put out their self-titled debut EP in the middle of 2020. Fans were astonished by the EP's publication on the same day as Lamb of God's self-titled album, which made them wonder if Adler had planned it that way. "I'm going because this place is simply toxic. Everywhere, everything, and I must strive to be a better husband, parent, and person than where this is leading me." Many fans are saying things like, "Oh my God, you left Lamb of God for this, what is this?" There is a lot of hatred. It sounds like fun? And I'm simply enjoying every moment of my existence. Because previously it was perpetually depressing. We have no idea what the hell is going on, so let's hope that everyone beats the crap out of one another and we simply get a check. Guitarist for Lamb of God Mark Morton has spoken openly about the band's original drummer Chris Adler, who left the group in 2017 due to injuries sustained in a motorbike accident. On a recent edition of the Dabganistan podcast, Morton discussed the band's self-titled album and the very good reception it received. He also thought back on the difficulties Lamb of God has encountered over the last 10 years. "As people, as a band, as an organization, and all that stuff, we've gone through a lot of struggles and a lot of ups and downs and a lot of unpleasant situations over the last 10 years and especially. So losing Chris as a band member wasn't matter of fact, it wasn't flippant, and it wasn't simple for anybody involved. The way everything turned out, nobody made a careless choice. Therefore, it was a hefty item that was really heavy. That's Willy's biological brother, and as far as I'm concerned, we were all like a family and still are. I've known Chris since I was 17, we used to play guitar, listen to Danzig, and smoke cannabis in his room. It wasn't a simple problem, that. It was therefore a monumental moment for us to find ourselves after spending a year and a half on the road, mostly with Slayer, perfecting new drummer and getting him used to the band, and then being able to take that groove and put it in the studio and write these really special songs together." On many Lamb of God tours, drummer Art Cruz stood in for Chris before being selected the band's new drummer in July 2018. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe this channel.